Hello and welcome, members, to another edition of the Desert Mountain Podcast. My name is Michael Craven, joined by Kim Atkinson. Hi, Kim.
Hello, Michael.
Lovely day, isn't it?
Well, it's not too shabby, especially with this view. Pretty great.
Here we are at one of the most gorgeous places on the mountain, Constantino's, the dining room. We have a beautiful backdrop to look at, the 18th green here of the Chiricahua course. And hopefully you watching at home don't have too bad of a backdrop either of this beautiful dining room. So thank you all for joining us.
It is the iconic spot on the mountain.
It
truly
is. It's like where you take people, you know, showing them Desert Mountain for the first time. You want to bring them up here. You want to show them this beautiful view. And here we are.
It is the wow factor. Speaking of iconic,
yes,
we have the iconic Chef Bertrand Bouquin, Chef B, in the house with us today.
I don't know about iconic, but thank you.
No.
Good afternoon. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely iconic. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
We're just blessed because we're so lucky to have so much creativity on the mountain. And today, the meaning behind today's podcast subject, we'll get to. It has a lot to do with some great new dishes that are showing up on our menus around the mountain. But before we get into that, I think we want to get to know Chef B a little bit. We've got some nice bios that have been written about you and some nice articles that have been written about you. But what is your background, Chef Bertrand? Where were you born exactly, and what brought you to Arizona?
So I was born and raised in Burgundy, France, wine country. I started cooking at a very young age because for two reasons. The first one is I didn't like school, or school didn't like me. And then my dad said, either you find a job and we do an apprenticeship, or you go to the military. And the military, not so much for me. So I started to do an apprenticeship, went to culinary school. I was 15 years old, graduated at 17. And then I worked all around Europe in various restaurants. Mostly, actually, every restaurant I worked at was a fine dining restaurant, gastronomic restaurant, 1, 2, 3 Michelin star restaurant all over France. I worked in Belgium, I worked in Switzerland, I worked in England. I really traveled quite a bit. And then it was time for me to move again when I was in Belgium, and I met Chef Daniel in New York City, and he offered me a job right away. I spent 4 years of my life working for Daniel, which is quite a performance.
Pretty great learning experience.
Awesome learning experience. I was with him actually last weekend. I got to see him. So.
Oh, good.
Wow.
It was very cool. So I was a sous chef working for Daniel, and it was time for me to finally look for my own kitchen to run and be my own chef. And I got a job in Pebble Beach. I was a chef of their fine dining restaurant. That lasted about a year. And then there's this opportunity in Cincinnati, Ohio, in a 5-star 5-diamond restaurant. So that was really a big step into a big job, very high quality fine dining. And the Maisonette was 5-star 5-diamond for like 42 years or 43 years, which is the longest ever in this country.
Wow.
To have this kind of rating. So pretty.
Wow.
It was very cool.
Cool.
Then, unfortunately, it was just before the crash of the housing market. Maisonette closed. So I got contacted by the F&B director at the time of the Broadmoor in Colorado Springs. And that was kind of actually an interesting conversation. Somehow he got my phone number and he said, "Hey, Bertrand, what are you doing?" I'm looking for a job. So, and I didn't really want to go into a hotel, but he just flew me and my family over there and gave me a job for the 5-star 5-diamond restaurant with the goal of obtaining the 5-star 5-diamond. And then I spent 11 years at the Broadmoor, and I ended up being the executive chef for the entire operation, which is a big.
That is
Huge.
amazing. And so the Broadmoor was really your first experience in the club business.
Yeah, there's also a club.
Private club business, right?
Yes. It's a private club over there. There was 3 golf courses over there, and there was a restaurant for the membership. Yeah.
Not 7, but 3.
Not 7, but 3. There's 2 left, I think, right now.
Okay.
And then 11 years, it's a long time somewhere. Change of leadership. It was time for me to make a move, and I got contacted by Desert Mountain. And that's where I met Mr. Diorio for the first time.
Thank you, Damon, for Chef B.
Thank you, Mr. Diorio.
Thank you very much, Dan.
Yes,
Thank
yes.
you.
And I did my interview here in this restaurant, actually, and my tasting here in this restaurant. And that was almost 5 years ago in April.
Is that common in your industry? So most people go to a job interview and they sit at a table and they get asked questions. You probably have to go in the kitchen, right, and prepare food.
Yeah, I had to do a tasting. I think I did 5 or 6 course tasting.
Wow.
For him and the HR director at the time and the former club ops that was there, and I cooked for them. And it's kind of like, you spend 2 days here and you prep, and they kind of see how you interact with the rest of the team, if they like you or don't like you, and what kind of research you did for the menu that you prepare for them, and all this and all that.
And so approaching the club business and then the Desert Mountain club business, where there are 10 or 11 restaurants and grills. It depends on,
Who you ask.
who you ask. I think the 11th might officially be the food truck, but now you have this small company, really, of restaurants that you oversee. So how is that?
Well, it's been an adjustment for sure, because we're cooking just for members here.
Right.
So you cook for the same people all the time, and so we have to be very consistent. We have more interaction. It's more personable, cooking for them, working with them. So there's a lot more personal feeling, if I can say this like that, involved in this. So that was an adjustment. In hotels or in a restaurant, people come. Most of the time they're happy. If they're not happy, we don't always know about it. So we don't always do anything about it. Here we have to take care of it right away. And I think we're doing a pretty good job.
Absolutely.
We don't have it right all the time, but I promise you we're trying.
Mm-hmm. Doing amazing. Well,
very hard.
And between all the different restaurants, then, of course, being at Constantino, having the Italian fare, Apache steak and seafood, this gives you a lot of opportunity to be creative.
Absolutely. I think that's why our program is so good, because we have all those options, all those different restaurants, from casual to fine dining, Italian, steakhouse, like you said. We have a gastropub, a Mexican restaurant. I think we have a little bit for everybody. It's not like we are stuck in one clubhouse with a couple of restaurants, and it's the same thing over and over.
And not only do you, not only do you have all of those restaurants, but as we are going to get into here in a little while, the menus rotate, and you're changing the menus frequently. Yeah. So it's like you have all these genres of food, and then you got to switch it up all the time. So it's a lot of moving parts.
Absolutely. We try to change the menu 4 times a year. We do 2 big change, one in the fall and one just now. And then in between, it's like the mid-season. So we just tune it and do very few changes we look at what sells, what doesn't sell go away, and then we keep moving on that way.
So we never keep it boring. It's always evolving, always fresh and different. You've been asked this question before with so much variety. Which one's your favorite?
I don't have a favorite. It's like asking who's your favorite child. I like them all because they're all different. I have awesome team in all my restaurants, all the restaurants, not my restaurant. And I get to do something different all the time if I want.
That's right.
So I like the diversity of it.
Very good. Well, let's get into the new menus. Then we've all had the chance to kind of look them over and kind of make our notes around each of the dishes.
I got to try some today.
You did?
Yeah.
What did you have?
Oh boy, I had the lobster gnocchi dish from here at Constantino's.
Yum.
Absolutely blew me away. We had what was the dish we had this morning? The
scallion pancakes.
Scallion pancakes at 7.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it's one of my new favorite. Okay.
Unbelievable. What was on there? It was the salmon was on there. Good. Yeah. I made almost like a little pizza. You put the scallion and you put the salmon on there, and I was just, oh my gosh.
Very creative.
Yeah. So.
Well, fantastic. So perfect transition. So getting into these new menus, they've been out now a little bit.
Yep.
About a week or so.
Yeah, just about. Yep.
About a week. And what are you hearing from the members? What are some of the most specifically requested so far?
I think the feedback we had was very positive. I think it's important to understand how we make those changes. You know, it's not like we're looking at the menu and scratch this and scratch that and put something else inside. We first look at we are able to run a sales mix through our system, and we see what sell and what doesn't sell. And usually what does not sell goes.
That makes sense.
And then we replace it with something else. Then we look with the season, what kind of changes we're going to make. And then if there's some dishes that we are tired of seeing in a kitchen, we just don't do it anymore just because we want to we want to do something different. I need to also keep my team interested in what they're cooking and what they're doing.
Right. And of course, if it's something that's being ordered time and time again, you have that data to back it up and see
Absolutely
what the member favorites are.
I was going to say, members, if there's a dish you really like, just keep ordering it because maybe you get a better chance of it staying on the menu.
You know, often we have members telling us how they love the special of the day here or there. Put it on the menu, and then when we put it on the menu, it doesn't sell anymore. I guess that's because it's not special anymore. But
yeah.
That makes sense. So what are some of the things that you're seeing members really gravitate towards on the new members right now? Anything come to mind that you're hearing as?
I think we are getting more less traditional and a bit more. We're able to push the envelope a little bit better and do some new things, and slowly all the classic are moving out. I think that's what the new membership is looking for.
Yeah, that's a good. Have you noticed that because with all of the new memberships, which is something that's been a topic on the podcast for the past couple of weeks, do the newer members seem to have a different taste, or you're noticing that they want?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we still keep all those classic dishes that have been on our menus forever, but they are more in one or two clubhouses. They are not all over the place. They are not everywhere. But then we are able to do a lot more new dishes and
just
follow the trend, follow what everybody does in town.
For sure. And those traditions that are so important to so many. This was a question we didn't practice. Not that we practiced, but I'm curious now because we all know that our hearts are with some of those classic dishes from Renegade.
Yeah.
So we're getting ready to make plans to open a brand new Renegade.
Absolutely.
And inquiring minds want to know.
Well, I think Renegade is going to be a lot of the comfort food, casual dining, restaurant. We're going to keep some of those old dishes on the menu, but we're also going to try to keep. We're going to have a big 6 feet wood fire pizza oven in the dining room.
So cool.
So we already sell a lot of pizza here at Constantino's. Over there, it's going to be a lot more.
Crazy.
So I'm very excited for that, and use the pizza oven as a hearth oven kind of thing, and cook in there as well. We're going to have a great kitchen to work in. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait to open this.
That's so exciting.
I'm excited for whatever's going to be on that menu, and even we were just talking about how some of these menu items are kind of new and fresh and funky, if you will. Like the Nashville hot crispy chicken, that's fun. I mean, that's something that's like popular, I feel like right now in the food scene across the country. People are super into this Nashville hot chicken craze, and here it is. The sliders here on the menu at 7. I didn't get to try those yet, Chef. Maybe later I can go try those.
Maybe later, and that was actually one of our questions. Scale of 1 to 10.
Well, it depends.
How spicy?
Yeah, how hot is it?
It depends on your tolerance. What's spicy for me is not what's spicy for you.
That's true.
So it's hard to tell. I think it's moderately spicy.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be able to handle it, no problem.
Very good. Okay. Let's see. So what are some of the dishes that your chefs are most challenged in terms of giving them something exciting and challenging to create on the menus?
Well, I think the chefs, I think they're doing a very good job when it comes down to do new menus. They are very passionate and they really love what they do. So they make their research before they change the menu, and then we work together as a collaboration to see how this is going to fit into the menus and how the membership are going to respond to it. We try to guess. But first and foremost, I want my chef to cook what they want to cook. I want them. It is their menu. It's not my menu. I help them. We work together. I'm here to give them direction, but I want them to own it. That way they like where they enjoy what they're doing.
Take pride in
while
it.
they're cooking.
Yeah.
I can give them recipes all day long. They're going to cook my food in the end of the day. So that's how I look at it, because I really want them to own it.
That's very important for our members to understand how you integrate into the entire operation.
We had a chance to, when over pandemic time, remember we were doing the virtual cooking classes. And so Patrick and I got to work with Chef Greg down at 7 and Chef Shane here at Constantino's. And, like Chef Shane, he's a Louisiana guy. He's like a Southern guy. And so his passion came out, and he was making, I think one of them was a gumbo, but like you could tell that he truly enjoyed making those dishes because it was like his grandmother's recipe. Like how cool that he gets to bring his grandmother's recipe here to Desert Mountain and take pride in it.
Absolutely. And now that Shane oversee Apache as well. I know the gumbo is going to be on the new menu coming up.
Nice.
That's right.
Yeah.
Apache's still to come in a couple of weeks.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah,
so we'll have to have you back.
One more menu to come. So we're working on it. We are working on it this week.
Great. All right. So 2 words everybody's tired of hearing is called supply chain.
Womp
And
womp.
I know, but it has to be addressed because it's part of our reality in terms of we make plans. We want to produce a member favorite dish, and sometimes it doesn't happen the way we expected. So what are some supply chain issues that are present right now?
It is, and it is very real. Everything. Pretty much everything. We have to be very proactive, pre-order to maybe have what we requested or any amount we requested. Price are up, but everybody knows that. So we are very fortunate that we have an awesome director of purchasing, Andy Nelson, and he's really on top of it. And he pre-order, he makes things happen for us the best he can. Sometimes it's out of our control. I had an issue yesterday, and it showed. So.
And what was that? Just
I didn't get the amount of shrimp that I requested, and I ran out of it, and I had a comment from a member.
And you have to do some rearranging and come up with other plans sometimes.
Yeah, we try to substitute sometimes if the substitute is equal quality as the thing that we didn't get, or if we don't have that, we just don't have it. That's the reality of things.
All right. So is there anything special that comes to mind on the menu that you know is being requested quite a bit that you're hearing about?
Not especially. I think the specials in general are always very well received. They sell quite a bit.
Yes.
Because it's special, because
That's
it's not
right.
on a menu, and that's when the chefs can do something else than their everyday regular menu that they're doing all the time. Anything special in particular, nothing come to mind right now.
That's okay. I mean, they're all special, like you said. They're all like your children. You can't pick your favorite.
Absolutely.
That's just not a fair question.
I have one I want to bring up.
Okay.
We got to try the, well, I don't know if this is a new one or not. The cauliflower that we had this morning at Cafe Verde.
Yeah, it's a new one.
That's a new one. So, menus that you see, they'll have the cauliflower, kind of like almost like a substitute for buffalo chicken kind of a thing, but it's, obviously a vegetarian substitute. This buffalo cauliflower that we had was unlike anything that I've ever had. It was so good. It was the best cauliflower dish I've ever had in my life.
We do this one a little bit different. The sauce that we put in, we try to use the flavor of northern Mediterranean influence with a harissa sauce on top of it. It's a little bit spicy, but not too much.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. One of the things Chef Greg was telling me this morning is, it was kind of like a Middle Eastern influence.
That's correct.
How much thought goes into that across these menus where you're trying to pull in different regional preferences from around the world, around the globe? Does that come into every single menu where you're going, okay, we want to, incorporate from different parts of the world?
I think it does. It happens organically. It's not like we say, okay, we're going to do a Middle Eastern dish today. It just come out that way after talking. So we're going to do this and add some of the harissa sauce on it, and we're going to fry it and do this and do that. And here you go. Those are common flavors all around the world. And, in the end of the day, what we do is we use all those classic techniques that we have for years and years and years, and we try to put our own twist to it. We're not recreating the wheel here.
Pretty exciting stuff.
It's yeah.
I tried the duck fried rice at 7 a couple of weeks ago.
It's so good.
Just delicious.
I like that we have some of our menus with some Asian influence, like what you ate this morning,
Yeah.
the scallion pancakes.
Yep.
It's Asian. The Buddha bowl at Cafe Verde, or the duck fried rice. Also, I like that we can do some of that on our menus.
Pretty fantastic. And you can see some of your chef's ideas shine through with that
Yep.
too.
We try to get everybody involved as much as we can.
That's great.
The best part is just for members, they really can get any food from any part of the world here on the mountain. Like they wouldn't have to leave the club if they want American, they want to go have a burger, they can go have a burger. But if they want to have a duck fried rice, that's also available. So that's pretty awesome.
I have to ask, the octopus that we have featured so prominently in all of our marketing.
Yep.
The dish that you're now serving here at Constantino's, is that different or is it the same?
It's a little bit different from
Okay.
the one we had before. We tried to the technique is the same. We're cooking it the same way. It's just everything that goes around the octopus is different from the last menu.
Okay. So
Which work, everybody like it. It's a very popular dish. A lot of members like octopus. I love octopus. We're just trying to change it a little bit,
okay.
so we don't have the same thing over and over.
And so now that we've gotten everybody's appetites, they're ready to make the reservation. There is a lot of news around reservation availability and a lot of different ways that we're helping our members secure that reservation. So be sure to watch the Mountain Minutes for different incentives that we have in place. I know that if you come during a time that's considered off-peak, there are some incentives in terms of appetizers and wine that we can offer.
That is correct.
Okay, so we'll be looking for that, and again, just be sure you're up to speed on the Mountain Minute, so we can be sure that you can book that. I know Greg Leonard too would have us talk about opening the restaurants even more so in the coming months, right?
Yeah, we have. And
What-
so it's like Constantino is going to be closed only 1 day a week. Apache is going to be closed only 1 day a week,
Which means open.
which means open an extra day a week.
That's fantastic. So 6 days a week here
Same with Apache, Outlaw.
at Apache and Outlaw. That's fantastic.
Constantino's.
So that'll accommodate all of the spring
Hopefully.
events that we have, that are big member guest tournaments and all of that. So a lot to look forward to in terms of additional availability.
Absolutely.
I have a question.
Yes.
Chef B, you're at home. It's a Saturday. You happen to be just, watching some TV and you get hungry. You go to your kitchen. What do you make? Do you, I would think the members would like to know, are you making extravagant meals at home, or are you just snacking like the rest of us?
No, we try to, my wife and I, we try to eat healthy.
Yeah.
We try to, when I come home, I cook a meal. On Saturday, I'm here usually, so I don't eat at home.
Okay.
Yeah.
But on
Thanks, Mike.
On Sundays, I would do breakfast. I would do some breakfast burrito or something like that. We try to eat healthy as much as we can. But we rarely buy takeout from other restaurants. I cook most of the time, or my wife cook as well. We try to do it.
Was
in
she
the house.
nervous for you the first time she had to cook for you?
Oh yeah, the whole family was nervous.
That was a nervous night.
My first dinner I cooked for my in-laws was for Thanksgiving.
Oof.
6 years
wow.
ago.
Wow.
And that was something.
And what about her having to
Cook for you.
Yeah, I think she cooked quite a bit actually. There's some dish that she can do very, very well and that I love. And it's better that I stay away from the kitchen so she doesn't feel like I'm taking over. No, she's a good cook. She does a lot.
That's fantastic.
You have to have the passion for cooking. Obviously you do, but to cook all day, or at least be in a kitchen all day and then go home and still want to cook for yourself. You cook a lot.
I like it at home because I am not against the clock.
Right.
I have all my equipment. I have all my things at home that I use for
And
cooking.
the chef's glass.
And the chef's glass, glass something or beer. And it's my way of coming down and the end of my day and enjoy doing that and eating with my wife.
Very nice.
Cool.
I feel like we've covered a lot of great stuff today. Was there anything else you wanted to share with our members that they should know? And I think we did a good job.
I think we covered quite a bit.
I do too.
I'm excited to try more of these dishes.
More tastings, please.
Yes, that would be lovely.
Absolutely.
But thank you for
Thank you so much for being here today. I think we really appreciate your time. I know you're off to the next kitchen, so we will say thank you. And until next time.
Awesome. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Chef. Wow. That was incredible.
So good.
I mean, we are so lucky to be around all this food. I mean, maybe not quite as lucky as the membership that gets to eat it every single day, but this is pretty amazing.
We're lucky. We're blessed. We're so grateful that Chef B took some time with us today.
And members, please get out and try some of these new dishes that are on these new menus because they are really, really, really good.
All right. So without further ado, before we can dine, we got to be out on the golf course.
Absolutely. And once again, we're going to do our shots heard round the mountain. We had some amazing shots this week that we're going to share.
They kept rolling in, I feel, every day. Something new.
Yeah, there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 this week to talk about. So, yeah, pretty much one a day. Last Wednesday, we had Ken Cassis, Wednesday, February 2nd, an eagle on the first hole at Geronimo.
What a way to start.
What a way to start. I wonder how the round went from there. I wonder if it went up or down or... I don't know. Let us know. We had Harley Wood, Friday, February 4th. Hole in one, number 11. Nice. Geronimo. Awesome, awesome. Roger Cassidy, same day, Friday, February 4th. Hole in one, number 11, Cochise.
Number 11.
Just across the way there.
Love it.
Saturday, February 5th, Alan Ford with a hole in one, number 2, Cochise.
Did he buy a round of drinks afterwards?
They have to. That's the rule.
Oh.
Yeah, it's that you can't not. It's a bad form and bad luck to not.
Okay.
I heard you went golfing over the weekend. Did you get a hole in one by chance or an eagle?
I did not.
Okay, you don't want to talk about it.
I made a nice putt.
Nice putt.
Okay.
Here, how about this?
Thank you. Not here, over at Gainey Ranch. It was great.
Okay, we got Roberto Romo, not his first time on our list. Saturday, February 5th, hole in one, number 3 at Apache.
Wow.
Awesome, awesome. And last but not least, Matt Horwich, Monday, February 7th, hole in one, number 12 at Outlaw.
That's a lot of good golfing right there.
A lot of holes in one this past week.
Well done, members,
Awesome.
as always.
Awesome golfing, awesome eating, awesome weather. What more could we ask for?
Really, really great stuff. Very lucky once again to be here. And thank you so much, Michael, for another fantastic podcast.
Thank you, Kim, and everyone else. We'll see you around the mountain, and we'll see you next week.
See you next time.
Bye-bye.